J Mac from Syracuse, New York, man. Came all the way out to see my Colorado Buffs.
What channel do you watch? They brought you out here.
The Pregame show.
Never watched the college game till last season when Coach Prime came to Colorado. And I am in Colorado at Folsom Field. I am the Colorado Buffaloes auntie from Texas. Sweet treat.
Hey, I've been following the Pregame show. It's all about let's go Buffs.
Away from Texas, yes sir. Watch you every single day. Nobody lays it down like Uncle Neely and the Pregame show.
Neely, Pregame show behind the scenes of everything. And why does he get that kind of access? Why does he get that kind of access? Because trust is involved. You would never get the kind of access you desire unless there's trust and relationship. You're trying to put your up on game.
Nikki, you want to start?
Hey Arden, Nikki with Yahoo Sports. What are your emotions going into senior day and playing at Folsom one last time?
Honestly, I'm grateful. It's definitely kind of crazy to see how fast college went by, and obviously starting at Missouri and coming back home, and then also just starting with Coach Prime and going with him for his last 3 years. Definitely coming down to the wire, I guess now. It's reality. So if anything, I was like, wow, I'm actually here now. So on top of that, especially being a legacy buff as well, like so much stuff on the line. And honestly, as I'm really thinking about it too, in terms of just like that team from the like that era of like the 90s and things like that, someone of like the last kids in the generation too, from like playing standpoint. So definitely got a lot on my shoulders, and put a chip on my shoulder this week. So
Brian, go ahead.
Arden, with that, you didn't choose this place coming out of high school. You went to Missouri first and made the decision to come here a couple years ago. Are you glad you did? And what's the journey been like for you to be here as a Buff?
Oh, 100%. I'm glad that I was able to get back into black and gold for sure. I feel like I bet on myself coming out of Missouri back in 2023, and then I'm grateful that Coach Prime gave me a chance. And I think that obviously I made enough noise, and I'm able to take my game to where I want to go. So.
They are from the Jack Carla Buffs on SI, as Coach Primus as well. But outside of getting another win or two, just what does finishing strong look like to you?
I mean, I feel like it's more about the win. I feel like we got to get 2 wins, and I honestly want to send my guys in the room that are seniors out the right way. Not only just me, but I feel like the people that also work with me every day. Like I want to send them out the right way, and then even some of the underclassmen, like just want to leave an impression on them too. So I just want to make sure that we were enjoying these last 2 weeks and we go out with a bang for sure.
Arden Brainer, Guerrilla Sports. You obviously could have gone a bunch of places when you left Missouri. So how much pressure was there going to a place where your dad had so much success, and then what would the emotion be like for the whole family, not just for you, on senior day?
I mean, I didn't feel any pressure, to be honest. I felt like if anything was something my dad honestly told me was just like, at the end of the day, it's your life, and you don't want to drive in the ship. So I feel like I just wanted to give myself the best opportunity and prove it to myself, if anything. But my parents are proud of me, my family, my goddad, like everybody who's coming to the game. They just want to see me do good, and they've been nothing but proud. There's been a smile on their face almost every week, despite how things have went. But I just want to continue to keep making them proud, if anything. So I'm just glad that they're here, and I'm very appreciative, very blessed to just be in this situation.
Hey Arden, with this new era of the transfer portal and kind of 1 year stints at a bunch of places, how important is it to have Colorado kids on Colorado's team?
Yeah, I mean, and then me getting in the portal from 3 years ago is totally different from how it is now. I mean, keeping it real, it's like free agency. So I think that's something that I have, when I have talked to guys like from Colorado, and they come up here and they're like exploring opportunities and stuff, like I'm telling them, like, to be honest with you, how it's moving, first when I came and I was getting into the portal, things like that, it's a way different game. And I want them to understand that coming out of high school, like, we really got to be on it. And I feel like, if anything, Coach Prime does give people opportunities to come play as an underclassman. So that's a plus from our program. And I want to say, like, if a Carl kid feel like they can play in their first year, I feel like take your chance. So I want them to stay home as much as they can. But like I said, at the same time, I just want people to be in the best situation possible too. So.
This means a lot to you, and obviously, coming back here and wearing that logo. We were just talking with Ben about, the transition to Juju, and clearly you want to leave this place, and you want to leave this place in a good spot. How do you feel like things have kind of transitioned now that Julian's taken over, and kind of heading off into the future?
I mean, I think when I seen Julian in the spring, it was like his growth from from a maturity side. It started from there, and like I think he stayed consistent from the season on. Like from fall camp, he was just getting his feel in terms of just transitioning to gearing for the season, and then now like he's just been staying ready the whole time. So I'm just happy for him to like he's very poised in the pocket. I feel like he stays pretty like calm and things like that, despite that he's only 17 years old. It's like man. I see a lot in him. There's a lot of potential there, and I just want him to make sure he like maximizes it, if anything. So, like I said, the maturity side is something that he definitely progressed through this whole season.
You feel like the program's in good hands and that he can handle the weight of what's coming on his shoulders?
For sure, he's ready for it. I can tell. I mean, like I said, since day one he came in, definitely relaxed, laid back kind of guy. Which I mean, we kind of got along as well. So I talk to him off the field all the time. So he's a real good kid. Like I feel like. He's ready to play, if anything. He's hungry, and I can see it in his eyes. And obviously, you've seen when we played West Virginia, he made a couple plays that stood out. And then I think he got like PFF Player of the Week too. So, man, like only way is up for sure. And I hope he does what he's supposed to do.
Arden, I know coming back here, I'm sure there was probably a lot of familiar faces you got a chance to see over the last couple of years. I know you were close to Julian Hammond on the basketball side. Just how rewarding has the last 30 years been for you, just maybe reconnecting with people and building off relationships that you maybe started in high school?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty cool to see. Actually, Julian's coming to the senior game too. So, but I feel like coming back, just seeing familiar faces, and then even some people on campus that don't play like football or like whatever sport. Just kind of reconnect with them, and then making some of those connections I had in high school. Like I feel like it still went a long way. I think Cherry Creek. I always tell people it's like telling them I went there is like you went to Harvard almost in Colorado in a way. But I feel like from that side of just those connection sides, I enjoyed it, and I'm very appreciative because I still talk to people, and people were always showing me support and showing love. So, like I said, being a hometown kid and taking the full advantage of it, I think that's what I did these last 3 years, and obviously my face has been around places now too. So it's been nothing but a blessing for sure.
Last one, go ahead. Hey, Arden from Scope Sports. I talked to Coach Pye a little earlier about how retention kind of has become the new recruit in college football. And you've always had those conversations in the past when it comes to the transfer portal. So I guess what's your message to some of these players who are a little bit on the fence right now of sticking with this Colorado project?
I feel like they gotta trust the process in a way. I know it's easy just to jump and move and things like that, and sometimes you gotta water your grass. Yeah, that's really what it's about. Like I feel like it's hard for me to say that even though I did get in the portal and stuff like that, but. If they do take that chance, it's like you still have to rebuild and do whatever you have to do. Because when I first got here, I still had to like recreate myself and to reestablish myself when I got here. So, like the guys who do have opportunities and they actually have been playing things like that, like I want them just to kind of trust the process and see where they can go with it. Because like you never know what can happen. And so, I do want them to stay if they can and make the most of the situation. Because I mean, there's some good people on the staff that believe in our players and things like that too. So, like I said, everybody gotta help everybody. That's how I feel about it.
Thanks, Arden. Appreciate it.
You can start us. Sure. Zara, you played the most snaps on offense this year. I guess, do you feel like you solidified that spot? Like that was a contentious spot. There was a couple of different guys last year. How does it feel to, you touching the ball as a play?
Well, I knew it was going to be a competition coming in, so I just try to, put my head down, just go to work, stay consistent every day, and I looked out, won a job, so I've been trying to stay consistent and come to work every day.
I want to ask you about Yo-Yo as well, a young guy, right? Who's been playing some center, playing a couple of different spots. How have you just kind of seen him develop since you first got here up in Lubbock?
Man, Yo-Yo, he came a long way. He's doing really good for us right now. We can put him anywhere on the offensive line. We can put him at center. We can put him at guard. It don't matter. Like, we trust him. I trust him. All the coaches trust him. So Yo-Yo's going to be a great player in the future. It's going to be really good.
Appreciate it.
Jack, go ahead. Julian heading into a second start this weekend. Just what have you seen from him so far? What's your relationship like?
Juju played a good game last week, so we just trying to improve and get better next game. So, he's a young guy, so we just trying to take it day by day, one play at a time, and just, move the ball, execute every play.
Kind of building off that, you've played a lot of college football, and Julian's just getting his feet wet. What are some of the ways, as his center, you've kind of tried to help his acceleration and growth?
We talk before the snap. We just seeing like what I'm seeing, what he's seeing. Just communicating before every play, just trying to see with the IDs and checks. So, we just stay communicating, trying to stay on the same page.
Good.
obviously with so many faces on the offensive line, you kind of had to be that, rock for the team. How do you feel your role kind of developed throughout the season? Do you feel, proud of what you've been able to accomplish?
Yeah, I feel like I've been playing really good so far up to this point. Like I said, I'm just trying to stay consistent and just come to work every day.
There you go.
There's no Big 12 championship, no bowl game, but what are you guys doing offensive line or team-wise to stay locked in to make these last two important?
Yeah, we're just trying to finish off the season on a good note. We rather finish, win the last two games instead of, losing the last two games. So we're just trying to finish out the season strong and, dominate these last two games.
Darren, just what have Cam and Jalen brought to you guys in that run game and that Wildcat package?
Yeah, Jalen's a great player. We can, like I said, we can put him anywhere too, receiver, running back. He's a great addition to the running back room. He's still learning though because he's new to the position, but Jalen's been doing a heck of a job for us.
Cam?
Yeah, Cam, he's doing a great job too. Like I said, we can put him anywhere. He does a great job too. He's doing really good for us.
Zarian, when it comes to working with these three offensive line coaches, this was a big promotion for Gunnar Light. In the first year, he's really run his own room. What have you taken out of that group, and what makes them unique? Yeah,
the 3Gs, man. They great coaches, man. They get us on the same page. They coach us really well. So we just go out and try to do our best and play hard for them. And because they do their best, and we play for them. They really good coaches.
Has any part of your game grown? Have they focused on any specific? I'm sure it's everything, but any specific area that you've noticed you feel like you've really improved on?
Yeah, I really think I really improved in my passing game really well. I'm steady working on my running game. It's getting better every week. So, I'm steady working. Coach Gunn, Coach George, Coach Dre, they steady helping me get better. Get everything I need to work on. So.
Why do you think you've improved so much with your pass block?
Coach, they teaching me the right technique. They showing me, how to hands, my feet, where to put my hands, where to put my feet, instead of moving my feet. So, they just really helped me with my game. So.
Anything else?
Darren, we talked about this before the start of the season, but you have obviously had a unique journey throughout your college career. As you get to the final two games here in your college career, have you kind of reflected on everything you've been through?
Yeah, like I said, it's been a long journey. Like I said, I'm blessed to be able to come here to Colorado. Coach Gunn, Coach Prime gave me an opportunity, and I feel like I'm taking advantage of it really well. So I'm just trying to, like I said, finish out the last two games strong and put a good film on tape.
Hey, got a couple for you real quick, but back to Julian. Is there any adjustment to the cadence when you change quarterbacks like that, or was that pretty smooth?
No, there was no adjustment. We kept everything the same, so there was no adjustment.
And then about you, you weren't even the full-time starter last year. Right. So when you get that extra year, betting on yourself to come here, was that a gamble? You thought that just jump to Power 4 and try to win a starting job there?
Yeah, yes, sir. I betted on myself, like you said. I just came to work. I put my head down. I just worked. So.
What was Jules like in the huddle at West Virginia? I mean, it was a big opportunity for him, and clearly he's been wonderful.
Yes, sir. Oh yeah, he was good. Everything was great. We was good with communication. Like I said, we just steady again trying to get better every day. But he was good. Everything was great.
Have you seen him mature over the year? We keep hearing that as a theme. That like even dating back to spring, he's really made a big.
Oh yeah, yes sir, definitely. He definitely made strides. Like I said, he's doing really well right now. Like I said, he's steady getting better every day and improving.
Looking towards Arizona State, what do you see from their defensive line and areas you guys might attack?
Yeah, they got a really good defensive line, so we're just trying to have the right game plan and and go out and try to execute and play the best of our ability and get the job done and dominate.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sure. Ivan, just kind of reflecting on your career here, just kind of how would you assess just the last couple of years here at Colorado and how grateful are you been the last couple weeks to get a more expanded opportunity in the defense?
Yeah, most definitely. As far as like the last few weeks, obviously I've enjoyed it, being able to go out there and show what I'm capable of. Something I always knew I could do, just get a chance to show everybody else. And as far as just my time at Colorado, it's been nothing but tremendous. Everything I came here for, honestly. I came here to get developed by the best, and that's obviously happened with Coach Prime and Coach Mathis. They've been amazing, so that's the biggest thing I'd say.
Right, go ahead. Tell me about the process for you of transferring here a couple years ago and again betting on yourself to jump up a level. what gave you the confidence that you can do this?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, the key word I feel like is confidence. I've had confidence from forever, honestly. It's part of playing the position of cornerback. You can't play if you're not confident. But no, honestly, it's something inside of me. I always knew I was capable of playing at a higher level. And that's just something I went ahead and chose to do and had the opportunity, thankfully, from like Coach Prime and Coach Matthews to be able to do that. So.
I'm just kind of curious, what do you think's been the biggest thing you've learned throughout your time at Colorado?
Yeah, no doubt, how to be a pro. Like, that's simple. From just preparation, all that different type of stuff, development, and seeing just daily habits of the pros, and like not just the pros, but the best. It's been great to be exposed to that, learn from it, and be able to apply it.
I mean, when injuries kind of start to pile up in the room, you know, with other guys, and you know you're going to have an opportunity. What goes into making sure you're prepared and ready to seize the opportunity like you have the last few weeks?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I've been in college for a minute now, so preparation is something I've been consistent about. Something Coach Prime emphasizes every day. So preparation for me never changed, even though the opportunity might have. And then the other part of that is, even though because we all tight, so even though people go down, it's not like people are when people go down, we all feel confident in each other's abilities. So we all know the standard doesn't change, basically, is what I'm saying, as far as the performance and production.
I've been a big matchup with Jordan Tyson this week, and just what do you guys see from him? You know, how can you try and keep him, under wrap?
Yeah, no doubt. He's a tremendous player, as everybody knows. There's no secret about that. But I mean, the biggest thing is just taking care of what we can take care of. Coach has done a great job implementing the right things, the right schemes, and it's just a matter of going out there and performing when the time comes on Saturday and the lights.
Especially early in the year, Coach Prime would say a lot. These corners got to play better. You guys heard that, I'm sure. What would you guys feel like maybe you weren't doing earlier in the year and you feel like you got better as a group?
That's a good question. As far as the standard's the standard. And corners that's the nature of the position sometimes. Things ain't always going to be perfect, and obviously we're under the spotlight. So how you handle that's big, and the biggest part about playing corners is being resilient. So even if things ain't going right, finding a way to come back and make things right and just continue to compete every play.
Your coach, Kevin Matthews, is pretty quiet outside the building, but that's not the case inside.
Right.
What are some of the things you've learned from him being coached by him?
Man, mentality. That's the biggest thing. And I'd say something that we aligned on. So coming here, just his emphasis on mentality was literally in alignment with how I am personally. So just continue to emphasize mentality, how to get a competitive edge, how to prepare yourself, how to carry yourself, all those different type of things, just from a professional standpoint, how to be a pro, and the pro mentality has really translated into something I've truly taken heed to.
What about Coach Livingston? Not a lot of guys get to play for a DC who's that young and energetic. What's that like?
Man, playing for Coach Livingston is tremendous. It's like you said, he's energetic as ever. He's truly a player's coach. So he's always looking out for us and putting us in the best situations to make plays and the best scenarios to make plays. I think he does a really good job of just bringing everybody together. And he's an easy coach to play for.
You've got Coach Mathis and Coach Prime, obviously, but also Coach Livingston. Is it nice to have somebody who's maybe just is there a relatability factor there?
As far as
just his youth.
His youth?
Yeah, just his age.
I mean, he not yes, I'd say so. He's still a coach. He don't feel like he's one of us at all. But no, yeah, he brings great energy. So I think that's the biggest thing. But that's pretty consistent among a lot of the coaches here.
Just curious, going up against your wide receivers every day, just who have you kind of seen develop in that room and just kind of take big steps throughout the season?
Yeah, no doubt. That's a good question. I have to think about that because obviously we have so many receivers. I'd say Omarion, just because of the confidence that he's playing with right now has been great to see, because obviously he's always had the talent, and that's not a secret. He's always been playing at a high level. But just seeing him be able to play with confidence and continue to maximize his opportunities has been great to see.
Anything else for Ivan?
How's your experience at Colorado outside of football been?
I mean, outside of football, it's been great. I'm from Georgia, so it's definitely been different, but different in a good way. I've been exposed to a whole bunch of different things just from outside. I don't see mountains like that back home, so things like that. The weather is different, obviously, but it's not different in a bad way. It's just cool to see snow, experience snow, all that type of stuff. So yeah.
Neil, go ahead.
Being from the South, a lot of you guys don't seem like fishing. I was just curious if you fish at all and if you've got to do any fishing in Colorado.
No, I don't fish. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't big outdoors like that.
Do you have post-football plans?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I want to play in the league. That's always the aspiration of why I came here, to be completely honest, because bigger stage, more exposure, answer questions about competition coming from a lower level school. But yeah, I want to play next level. Simple as that.
Thank you, sir.
Awesome. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
What's up, Pregame Show? This is Shannon Lowe. Derek, T4 Autism. We invite you to follow us. 25 million, 60 days, nonverbal, profound autism. We have a book coming out on Amazon. Thank you so much for your support. All the aunties and uncles around the world. That's what's up. Yeah, T4 Autism here in Colorado, baby. Let's go.
Where y'all from?
We up from Miami, Florida.
All the way from Miami.
All the way from Miami.
Appreciate y'all coming, man.
Hey, man, we love what you guys are doing, man. We want to support you in every way.
Appreciate your family.
And we're recruiting at home. Everything we see at home, we bring it this way.
My man.
You gotta believe. Dude, we've been believing since day one,
That's
dog.
why I gave them to
Remember
you.
back in Jackson State? We've been believing with you in the pregame show.